hopefully everything is done with the ads now. So, let's go ahead and head over. Okay. Mic is on. Good. So, hello to all my starlights and to all others who have wandered in. Hello, my name is Hitomi. And we're continuing with some Final Fantasy XIV because last time we beat A Realm Awakened, or A Realm Reborn. I can't remember the name of it. So it is A Realm Reborn now, and now we gotta do all the stuff we need to do to get to Heaven's Ward. So let's see what we have in store today. Okay, everything looks like it's working. Okay. Pull up the game and let's get to it. So I believe I have to go back to, yeah, Vesper Bay. So let me go to, Limsa. Arcanist. And to Vesper Bay. Oh boy, more quests. Let's see. How fares the adventuring of late? Your gear holding up against the rigors of the trade? Make no mistake, my friend, the quality of your weapon may well prove the difference between life and death. If you're serious about such things, there's someone I can introduce you to. Her name is Rowena, and she's a collector of all manner of rare artifacts. She just might have something in her stock to suit your martial prowess. Arena used to do business in Ul'dah, but she has since relocated to Revenant's Toll so as to be nearer to the ancient ruins from which she derives her livelihood. Should you ever have a reason to go there, you'd do well to pay her a call. Okay. And Wistful Whitebeard. Nothing like staring out at the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. Aye, the good old times when his life still lay ahead of him and the greatest adventures were yet to be. Bah, don't you know better than to sneak up on your elders like that, young'un? Are you trying to send me to an early grave? Well, not early as such. Hello, Ebe, how are you? Don't tell me. I can see it just by the look of you. You're an adventurer, an accomplished one at that, yes? Aye, you may not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you've a memory or two you'd be keen on remembering. So what say you join me for a while before you return to the road? After all, sometimes reflecting on the past can be just what you need to discover the path ye'd forge into the future. Okay, lurk away. New game plus, okay. Relive the adventures of your past by replaying previous quests with your current character. Interesting. Okay. Tataro, she's back in her spot. Yay. Well, everything's back to normal in the Waking Sands. Alright, Menphilia, what we doing? Okay, let's get the main quest out of the way, then I'll get this one. Lost in Thought. All alone? And tell me, it pleases me to see you well. Up. Yay! Tataro! Excuse me if I'm interrupting, Katomi. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. Ah, I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataro. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any more guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Balsier and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. So, some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how you will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. Well, hello, Eos. Worst section in the current Final Fantasy XIV storyline? I mean, once I get over it, then it's nothing but good stuff, right? The gentleman Tataro spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Yes, with a giant asterisk. Okay. Anything past this is better. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of preserving Eorzea, not in the interests of individual Eorzean. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. But Stormblood be pretty mid? Okay. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been more generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Nightbot, where the hell have you been? You have been gone from everything. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are likely to have their own opinions on this matter. Yes, I know, he's trying his best, but he missed a week, I think. Okay, just go around speaking with everybody. No. What's this other quest? Oh, goody. I know you have scarce had the chance to rest, but I'm afraid there's still work to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, 'twould seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja and the Ixal and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites. And that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something? Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must need turn to us once again. More to thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I'm loath to send you into this midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Hitomi? Sure, why not? You have my thanks. Truly, I do not know what we would do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. With circumstances as they are, I haven't had a chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Hitomi. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures left me in feeling powerless, wanting to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties soon again. Again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatened to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one step at a time. Uringer has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. Okay. Nothing this way, okay. Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Lamentians sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall the words of our host. I said to Merweb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow Lamentians to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Menphilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates will see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Almigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many cases. We stand at a crossroads, Hitomi. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. No one can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the many times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ulda now, and have done with it. I'm sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Lemo seems making me send them back. It would be so bad. It wouldn't be so bad, but there's some are really nice. I mean, very nice, nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? What point, Eos? Anything you want to tell the class? Okay. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beast man, we are wont to sink power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amaja who have already summoned forth Ifrit. Or Ifrit. With our comrade Thankrin now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. I mean, if you want to say, go ahead. I mean, you're welcome to pop in here if you want. I don't know if you have anything planned for later. "'Tis the lot of powerful to attract the covetous of as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with the power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more." Hello.
Hello. I'm only here for a tiny bit, though.
Okay. "Doubt not
So
that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few and our fortune so finite."
So do you want me to tell you what's going to be happening soon? Because it is a slight story spoiler, but like it's not that bad.
I mean, sure.
You're changing your base.
Ah, okay.
Which means no more prey return to the waking fucking sands. And in fact, it's right next to an Aetheryte.
Oh, nice.
And for all intents and purposes, this is going to be your home base, even in like current content.
That's pretty good.
Technically speaking, you've already been there. But I don't know if you want me to say more than that.
The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent.
Antecedent. Minfilia.
Come along, Hitomi. I'm like the tallest person in the group.
Well, yeah, because Viera, tall queens.
Alphanod, Hitomi, is aught amiss?
You're so tall you can't even be on the screen.
You desire counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the scions of the seventh dawn, must leave Ulda. Must do what? So long as we remain Uldan territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only to delay the inevitable. Blech. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent, however. We are far too dangerous for that.
So he's not technically wrong. Like, the way Uda's ran, like, they would definitely try and force, like, oh, you're within our territory, you have to work for us now, then you want to continue your operations.
Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte. Blech.
Do you want me to voice Alphino while I'm here? It's up to you, though.
Sure. He speaks way too eloquently for me.
They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied unless we cooperate.
If Ulda is no longer suitable, where would you have us go?
Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which we all agree to be beyond their borders. More Dona.
Great.
Revenant's Toad, to be precise, it lies within neutral territory and offers all of the essential facilities we require. By way of the additional benefit, it also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Udar and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action.
As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ulda. Ulda is our home, Alphanode. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in the desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless.
Counterpoint, Minfilia, Udar sucks. The worst of the city-states. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the sad purpose which first moved us to found the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the path of the and which moved you to found the path of the 12 ere that. Which moved you to found the path of... That's such a weird fucking sentence! We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are much as family as... As?
We'll be all Alphanode. Alphanod.
Even Philly's getting sick of his shit.
I'm sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to.
Your concern is most generous, but no. I have left them with the hands of men best suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. So what she is hinting at is the 8-man array for ARR.
Ah.
Because it deals with his storyline, even though he himself does not want to be a part of it. The thing is, like, if you ever do the storyline together, you and me, you technically won't get the full experience of the storyline.
Ah.
Because it actually okay, here's the thing. It is a continuation of the 1.0 storyline, which you can't do now. Do you want me to talk about it or not?
Sure.
So, the thing that she was referring to, you may have seen it on, like, for example, in some maps of Udar. You may have seen it in Lenosa, but they're like giant, like orange crystals, kind of like corrupted crystals. They all lead to one location inside the core, and it deals with Bahamut.
Ah.
So Bahamut, I don't know how much you know about 1.0 lore. Bahamut was the Red Moon and all that. Like, essentially, Alphanode and Alice's grandfather, they sacrificed himself to steal Bahamut, and that sea was waning.
Ah.
So the 8-man raid deals with you going back there with Alize and dealing with the Bahamut seal.
Fun. I mean, eventually I know I'm gonna have to fight all the primals.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, Bahamut, you don't really have to fight. Because the thing is, like, you have to go out of your way to do the 8-man raids and 24-man raids. Bahamut's a side story, even though
Ah.
he was just an important part in the 1.0 storyline. But the thing with the Bahamut is that, like, you have to either go in by yourself at a high level,
Mm-hmm.
or you have to have like a friends with you, or just do a party finder.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so weird, but like, it is not on the roulette. It is the only 8-man raid not on the roulette.
That's interesting.
So like, you either have to like do like a party finder,
Mm-hmm.
or like get some friends to do it for you, and just wait till you're high level and just kind of just solo it. Which is sad because like, it actually is a good storyline. And even more so, if you're a summoner,
Mm-hmm.
it plays a very big part for the summoner like quest. Well, not quest, but like the lore. Because one of the summons, well, two of the summons you get deal with that storyline. Because later on, you can summon Bahamut and you can summon Phoenix,
Yeah.
and both of them are in the cores of Bahamut, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know it's kind of a dumb thing to say, oh, Bahamut's in the Bahamut storyline, but like, so is Phoenix.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a context for that. I know it was kind of a long-winded spiel, but
I mean, it's coming up anyway, so might as well.
the thing is, like, you can do it right now, but like, eh.
Eh. Leave Aldor, has it truly come to this? Oh, Hitomi, pray attend to Alphanode. He is engaged in some business or other that requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphanode waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Back to where you were, Alfie boy. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should
Oh,
explain.
I'm sorry. I should have been saying his voice. I was looking at my game.
It's okay.
I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Oh my god, that fucking voice. That name. Flamin? Flim. Flim was her name, I believe. Though you may know her better as the songstress of Udar. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Sarlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. No body, no death. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flem's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen as of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol.
Hey, we get to go to the beach.
If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged? I've never seen that word before. I've never seen that. What? I'm looking that word up. ASSUAGE.
Assuaged. Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Put to
So,
rest?
So it means like to satisfy, as in an appetite or desire, or to make less intense, as in an unpleasant feeling. So it essentially just means to lessen tension.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that makes sense. So yeah, lessen her like worries and stuff.
Yeah, again, Alphanode speaks kind of fancy, so
He's very posh.
yes.
I mean, this is not so much a spoiler, but he comes from a very rich family, so.
Yes, a very upper crust family.
I mean to set forth for Lenos at once. Let's reconvene there and inquire with Master Oh my god, that fucking name, I always mispronounce it. Gegaruju? Master Gegaruju, as to the veracity of these rumors. Uh-huh.
Okay, boss.
Duh, you got it, boss.
I'm serious.
Whatever you say.
That's literally what the main character is like. Okay, boss, what you say?
You want me to go kill this guy? Okay, boss, I'll go kill him.
It just sucks that we don't really have any actual speaking lines besides inferred speaking lines.
Oh. There is one time you hear a character's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I will not say when it comes up or what happens, but hearing a character speak is so fucking badass.
Nice. Oh, love meter. Last time I was here, there was a big party. Hey, there's the dude. More people are going through the quest because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you, Alfie? I'm just gonna call him Alfie. Oh wow, he's so important. He has someone fanning him.
Oh, sweet sirens of the sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane! I mean, Hitomi! What brings you to my humble resorts?
We know this dude?
Yeah, he was helping you out during the Titan thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I say that loosely. He was helping you, air quotes. Flamen? You mean to tell me that the goddess made flesh, who dwelt among us until so recently, was the songstress of Udar? Egaz woman! Knowing that, I would have changed my bedpost and never let her leave.
Ew.
Okay, listen, you're gonna meet her, and she is kind of a hot MILF, so, creepiness aside, he has good taste.
Doesn't matter the taste, that's still creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not justifying the creepiness fact of it, but like, he is simply for someone who actually deserves to be simped over. But no, the creepiness is kind of an issue. No one likes Gegaruju. I said this last time. Oh, for shame! You think that she now applies her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going? It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you, Master Gegaruju. The information will serve us well. Said, there are any number of places he could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses may have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. You got it, boss.
Yeah, really.
I shall fly there. Oh, by the way, you can fly now. I don't know if you realize.
Yeah, they did say it last time that I can fly. Whee!
How's it feel?
Pretty good.
You don't need me to fly you everywhere now. Yeah, I want to say it was until Shadowbringers. It wasn't until then and you get to fly here. Like, you used to have to walk all this area. Okay, but I will warn you now.
Mm-hmm.
You are entering Heavensward soon. Well, I say soon in air quotes. Heavensward started a trend with flying that people kind of find annoying. But it is a necessary evil.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly only after you find certain points on the map to, like, attune to the Aether, I guess, if you want.
Ah.
And you are locked. Pretty much, you have a list. You have to get like so many of those before you can fly on the map, and you're also locked behind some quests too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's the levy.
before you talk to that person, can you go outside the gates? I want to check one thing. Okay, you can turn around. Because Alizé usually spawns right there for that quest line.
Ah. Hello, person. Untold riches. Fancy yourself a romantic friend? Do you often find yourself gazing off into the horizon, yearning to travel in search of storied relics left behind by the heroes of yore? Yes, you say? Then do I have a proposal for you? Blech. I was accosted the other day by a slobbering drunkard. Bear with me now, I assure you this gets better. Who must eagerly
I'm on the edge of my seat.
who must eagerly regale me, from what I could gather of his slurred speech and copious amounts of spittle, that is, with the tale of a treasure map he had stumbled upon in his travels. I don't recall the particulars. I was emptying my innards of some foul swill at the time, you see. But it sounded rather convincing to my ale-addled brain. What I do remember is that the fellow mentioned striking out at the first light for Rain-Catcher Gully at first to visit a miner friend. Should the proposal of hunting for hidden riches set you heart aflutter, I beckon you might still find him there. Okay, then. Hey, it's the dude who makes the wine. Well, if it isn't Hitomi,
Hitomi. Oh, go on.
You can if you want.
Well, I didn't know if I would keep doing voices or not.
You can.
Well, if it isn't Hitomi, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes. We did receive a customer matching that description. It was a delight to behold. To give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly. I had no choice but to reject her from the premise. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your query, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell from 10. It's the little dude to your left, a little LFL.
Yeah, I know, but there's another one off to the side.
Oh, that's the lead mate. Never mind. I thought he was talking about some Mimi or whatever the hell it was.
No, he's here.
Yeah, I thought that's who they were referring to with the blind person.
I would think so. The scent of the navel clings to you still?
Well, don't forget the neighbors what Titan was. That's the name of the area.
Right. Okay, so he has nothing. But the dude said he would know. So...
That might come afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I may have to go to both points first. Okay, I freaking hate these bushes. Can't see where I'm going. Nope. I'm sorry, just see your cat who making all that ruckus. Nope. Oh, goody. Gungabar?
Drungbach. I'll let you voice him though, I'm kind of busy.
Okay. Eh? You want to know if I seen a Mikote lass by the name of Flamin? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long, except yourself, of course. Okay. Now I speak with, Shamini.
Okay, well, I'm gonna dip out now if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got stuff to do.
Okie doke. See you next
Have a good rest
time.
of your stream.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'll still be looking though.
Okay. Okay. I see you've had many grand adventures since we last spoke, Atami. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Okay. Actually, it's just outside, I think. But I can still ride. Okay, that's the other quest. I mean, I guess I can get rid of it. Hidden treasures. Another gill-crazed greenhorn reeking in Edelwine's tall tales, eh? Yes, Edelwine. That's the Dodger's fool's name. Though, mind you, I've not known him to limit his consumption to any one type of brew. I saw him just the other day, I did, clutching some tattered piss-yellow parchment, like it was made of solid mithril. This ish my ticket to fortune, he blabbered. Not half so eloquently, mind you. Before stumbling out the tavern doors and promptly falling flat on his mug, like as not. Did I see the myself, you say? Did I ever? Why, the fool shoved it in my face so many times I swear the mold left the page to take up residence in my nostrils. 'Twas a mess of blue and brown splotches that Eldwine swore was Camp Bronze Lake, with a big red X to the southeast. You're not thinking of going there, are you? Take my word, you'll find naught but a sorry drunkard and his sack of broken dreams. Alrighty. Carmen, you're dead, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gubu's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and Lamin, I don't. Who are you? Whom do you serve? Hey, it's Alfie. It appears you already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ulda, I presume. Menphilia, or should I say, Acelia, is looking for you. Acelia? You're the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Menphilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lanosia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers used in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? This is not all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Menphilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. You say my daughter awaits us at Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be on our way. Let us be off to the ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Wow, they actually just teleport me here. Nice. Wish all the quests did that. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lamin. Acelia. Aw. I haven't seen her like this in years, Atomi. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue what you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Celia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I didn't think it was made anymore. You must have gone through so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Hitomi, however. I could not have made it without her. Thank you, Hitomi. Thank you both. There is something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Almegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ulda. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I've failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud of that the words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of what you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ulda. Lamin. You built it once, Acelia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alpha Node, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead for us. Inform our fellow Scions, and send word to the students of Baldecian. Preparations begin at once. Alright, it is 59 minutes, so about an hour into my stream. I'm just gonna take a moment real quick to do something, and then we'll do some more crafting and leveling stuff. Okay, just needed a quick second. So, trying to think of where I left off on my leveling. I think it was minor. Tell me, I hear you passed the vice foreman's test. Well done. I never doubted that you managed it, but I'm proud of you, all the same. Tell me, did Deep Canyon have any words of advice for you by any chance? I see. In case you're wondering, the vice foreman used to be a miner himself, but more than that, he used to be my mentor. My father was a miner too, but he died in a cave-in when I was but a child. The guild's been as a home to me since, and its members my family. I grew up here watching girls sing and dance on that very stage. I even joined them for a while. It seemed the best way to please my adopted family. I didn't want to become a miner back then, you see. After what happened to my father, I could scarcely face the thought of spending a moment underground. Never mind a lifetime. Not that the sage suited me better. Which left what, exactly? Having been surrounded by miners for as long as I can remember, I began to wonder if I truly belonged among them. I even considered leaving. It was then that one of the guild's brightest and best took me by the hand and showed me the joys of mining. I speak, of course, of Deep Canyon. He taught me everything he knew, which was a great deal, and the more I learned about mining, the closer I felt to my father. I owe a lot to Deep Canyon, despite how things turned out. But I'm rambling. I meant only to tell you that the man knows what he's talking about, when it comes to mining at least. Now it's high time I taught you something. You're here to learn, after all. It concerns a vice foreman's advice to you. He speaks true. A miner who neglects his gear can't hope to work to his full potential. In the past, if you had wanted to improve your gear, you had little choice but to replace it. But these days, we have materia. By your confused expression, I take it you're not familiar with the stuff. Well, then I reckon a lesson is in order. Simply put, material is a kind of crystal that enhances the properties of equipment it's attached to. The attachment process is fairly simple, but that wasn't always the case. Time was you needed substances called catalysts, and digging stuff up from a once formed a healthy part of a miner's workday. Now, even though no one needs catalysts anymore, there's still educational merit in the gathering. To that end, I want you to try your hand at mining a variety of it, namely grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments ought to do it. You have the best luck searching around the Deneville checkpoint over in Middle Lanosia. Oh, and you'll most definitely need your sledgehammer. Alrighty. Man, I'm only getting one at a time. That's gonna take forever. I think I'm sneaky. Hopefully one more ought to do it. Hmm. Alright, now back to Ulda. How goes your search for carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments I want. Precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done, Hitomi. Now, I expect you're keen to learn about materia. Well, the best thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for long, in Eorzea at least. Knowledge of its use only came to our shore from a few years back. The process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First, you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. You then take that material and attach it to the item you want to enhance. This procedure is known as melding, that once required catalysts like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only skilled principals of the hand should attempt. That's weavers, goldsmiths, and so. These people used to depend on us disciples of the land to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered, and we lost not a small source of work. But that's just progress for you. I try to be happy for it. Now, there's various kinds of materia, each offering quite unique benefits. And as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's these which I recommend you seek out. Once you've found a material you like, you just need to ask a friendly disciple of the hand to meld it for you. Do the melding for you. I'm sure there's one among your acquaintances. Ugh. Okay. Hitomi, you couldn't have come in a better time. One of our number has taken ill. You see, I need someone to handle the work assigned to him. Tell me, are you familiar with effervescent water? Alchemists used it to make a substance called natron. And bakers use natron for leavening. That is, raising dough. Without it, there'd be no ginger cookies, crumpets, blood currant tarts. As you may have gathered, I'm fond of the odd sweet or three. Of course, effervescent water is good for more than just baking. A lot of miners ask for a drop of it in their drinks. Makes the stronger stuff a bit more refreshing, you see. And let me tell you, there's nothing better than wash away the dust of a hard day's mining. But you didn't come here to hear my thoughts on food and drink. You came here to learn about mining. And so you shall, by procuring some effervescent water for me. The Alchemist Guild needs 15 bottles of the stuff, and urgently. They couldn't stress that enough. From what I can make out, they themselves are scrambling to fill an urgent order of natron from the Bismarck in Linsa Lomensa. It's one of Eorzea's finest restaurants, in case you don't know. Anyway, you best get going. You'll need to work fast to make up for all the time I've wasted chattering about sweets and grog. Oh, and you'll have the best luck mining around Bushkin Scar over in the Black Shroud. Ah, there we go. Ah. Why the hell is it so foggy? Gosh dang. Of course. Because why would I make it easy for myself? Alright. Now back to Ulda. Empty bottles of effervescent water. Quick as you can, and remember, you're likely to find it at Bushkin Scar over the Garona's southern shroud. You mean this? Right in the nick of time. My thanks, Atomi. I'll see to it that these are sent over immediately. But before I do, I should probably expand a bit on what we were talking about earlier. Specifically the part about mixing spirits with effervescent water. See, I wasn't lying when I told you a lot of folk find the combination refreshing. It is refreshing. In fact, adding a bit of bubbly water makes the stuff go down so easily. You have to be careful not to drink yourself under the table. I say this partly for your own good, and partly because the lad whose task you just took care of wasn't careful. Daft Sod threw up right when you were right where you were standing. Oh, but it didn't end there. He then slipped on his own puke and split his head open on the bar on his way down. Suffice to say, he won't be working for a while. You don't say. Thankfully, you took up the slack, and all is well with the guild once more. I could do with a few more like you, Hitomi. Keep up the good work, you hear? Okay, this is second to last quest I have right now. Because I go in like 5 level increments, I think. Tell me, just the person I was about to send for you. There's an order I want your help with. See, it comes from the Gladiators Guild via the Vice Foreman himself. You recall the time when you had procure obsidian? Well, this time I need you to find wyvern obsidian, which is a good deal rarer. How rare, you ask? Let's just say I've handled this stuff no more than a dozen times in my life. So yes, it'll be bugger to find. But don't worry, you won't be working alone. It just so happened that one of your guildmates has volunteered for the task. And considering how difficult it's like to be, I've decided to have you two work together. Your partner's name is Wild Gully, and he's waiting for you at the far side of the stage. Go over and introduce yourself, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. Run along now. Oh, and good luck. Wide Gully. Okay. You must be Hitomi, the Guildmaster's pet. I have heard much and more about you. They tell me you've got talent. Trouble is, you're an adventurer, and anyone with an ounce of sense knows adventurers can't be trusted. Aldeberta's sorely mistaken if she thinks you're any different. Likewise, she's sorely mistaken if she thinks I'm going to help you find 15 chunks of wyvern obsidian. I'd sooner fall on my own pickaxe than see you take the credit for my hard work. That said, I'm not about to risk getting kicked out of the guild for disobeying a direct order. Luckily, there are other ways to handle this. What do you say to a contest? It's nigh on as good as cooperating, and so long as the client gets what he wants, Aldeberta won't have any cause to complain, will she? So here's the deal. We mine for wyvern obsidian separately. And whoever brings back the better haul, that's say the purer haul, is the winner. Simple, yes? Now, we both know I've been doing this a lot longer than you, and won't have it said that I trounced the novice. So, to make this more interesting, I'll give you as long as you want. For all the good it'll do you. Oh, and you can even go talk to the client if you like. His name's... Her Dogger? Her Dodger? And you'll find him outside the Gladiators Guild. Might be as he can tell you something useful. Okay, now I definitely have to go talk to the dude. Hi, I'm Harager. What can I do for you? Got yourself in the contest with Wide Gully, you say? Oof, I don't envy you, miss. I don't know much about mining myself, but I do know that Wide Gully is good at his job. You can't be Deep Canyon's son without knowing a thing or two about being a miner. I knew those two were related. I thought it was either Deep Canyon in, like, costume or they were related somehow. Anyway, I have no idea whose idea this contest of yours was, but it means I get goods of better quality. You won't hear any complaints from me. Now, you want to ask me about Wyvern Obsidian, do you? Well, I'll tell you what little I do know. But remember, I'm a gladiator, not a miner. Saying that, I haven't graced the blood sands for a while. Took a nasty blow to the knee, you see. Rest assured, the fellow that dealt it got far worse. Anyway, I'm all mended and ready to make my return, and I want it to be glorious. Something that'll be sung by the bards. So I thought a shiny new sword was in order. And there's nothing like a plumbed oak machulity Makuhitu to draw a crowd. Why? Because it doesn't have a single piece of metal in it. Akahume don't, as a rule. And a speck of metal. But if you weight it right, then shards of Wyvern Obsidian embedded in the blade will cut armor like a hot knife through butter. But I'm rambling. You want to know where to find the stuff, not what I plan to do with it. I vaguely recall a conversation I had with a miner a while back. We were concerning about maculae. Oh, did I mention that's what you call more than one maculae? Well, it is. Where was I? Ah, yes. We were chatting about maculae, and the fellow said that he previously dug up Wyvern Obsidian at Thal's Respite in eastern Thamland. That's all I know. Hope it helps. Okay. Of course, it's dry bone. Okay, not here. How far away am I? Oh, just not a little bit further north, west, east. Of course, one more. Now back to Ulda again. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're having trouble finding paltry 15 chunks of wyvern obsidian. What's this look like then? Asshole. Oh, you managed to scrape together the required amount, did you? Well then, let's see your sorry specimens, just for the sake of formala. Bugger me. They're black as night. Some of the purest stuff I've ever seen. How in the seven hills did you find these? You, a mere adventurer. I'm loath to admit it, but your obsidian's superior to mine. Well, it might be as you best me in quality, but there are more of being a miner than that. You need to be able to give the client what he wants, when he wants it. In other words, you need speed. Without it, quality costs for naught. I was by far the fastest man, so we'll call it a draw, but mark my words, I'll best you next time, both on speed and quality. I'll see to it that the obsidian gets to Hodger. In the meantime, why don't you go and tell the guildmaster all about it? I care not what you say. Okay, dude. Ah, Hitomi. How did you find working with Wide Goalie? What? He challenged you to a contest? As if the task wasn't difficult enough. I'm terribly sorry, Hitomi. That was hardly fair of him. He's a born miner. What's that? You beat him? Truly? But he's one of the guild's very best. Well done, girl. He claimed he was faster, did he? Well, speed is important, but Wide Goalie set the rules. And by those rules, you won fair and squared. You come a long way, Hitomi. A long way. You make me proud to be your mentor. At the same though, I must admit that the miner in me can't help feeling some envy. but it's that which keeps a veteran like me on my toes, lights a fire in my belly. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Keep doing what you're doing, Hitomi, and I'll do my damnedest to keep up. Hmm. Okay, this should be the last one for now, unless I magically get up to 40. Good to see you again, Hitomi. You'll be pleased to know that Roger was deeply impressed with the obsidian you got for him. More so than that, he was impressed that you bested White Gully in the contest. 'Tis no ordinary miner that can outdo the vice foreman's own son. Lest you wonder, I knew full well who White Gully's father was when I tried to pair you both up. I also know for a fact that he has his sights on my position. There are some who whisper in my ear that I should expel him from the guild, but I can't help but think that that's short-sighted. After all, it's hardly a crime to want to be guild master. What's more, White Gully is a tremendously gifted miner, and I'm not in the business of punishing excellence. To be sure, I'm still better overall, but I'm not above acknowledging that there are certain areas in which he's more knowledgeable. I tell you this because you'll need to speak with him again for your next task. We've received an order for 20 raw amethysts, you see, and none among us know more about these stones than he does. Now I realize he didn't exactly get off the right foot with White Gully, but the two of you are guildmates. Guildmates help each other out no matter their differences. Yeah, tell him that. Strolling over here bold as you please after humiliating me the other day. You got some gall, adventurer. I know why you're here. I heard from the others for the order for raw amethysts too. No doubt you're wondering where to find them, and you're after my hard-earned knowledge. Well, I'll gladly share it with you. Why so obliging, you ask? 'Cause the knowledge ain't gonna be worth a damn to you, that's why. You'll find all the raw amethysts you can carry near about Hopseed Pond, over in the central shroud. The problem has to do with the beasties inhabiting the place more aught else. Lindworms, stropers, sprites. I hear tell even a jaded goatee's made her home there. Even Raubon would have trouble taking a stroll through that neck of the woods, let alone a common adventurer playing at miner. I don't expect to see you back here with 20 hairs on your head, much less 20 of them stones. Gah, ha. Okay, dude. Whatevs. Oh, I know that area. Let's all have one. Here we go. Okay, back to one of the other spots. And back to Ulda. Up after this, I may have to log out because it looks like they're about to do maintenance, apparently. You'll find raw amethyst near Hopseed Pond, yeah, here. Take a look. Bugger me, you mind these amethysts? I can't believe you made it past all them nasty creatures. You're a miner, you don't know about sneaking? That might be as it's time I stopped being so surprised. You goddamn adventurers come through with more often than I care to admit. Any road, it's one thing to find the amethyst, but do you even know aught about them, their properties, what they represent? Thought not. Well, here's a free lesson. Amethysts are light and aspect gemstones, prized as the embodiments of calmness, decisiveness, and intuition. In coming back with a large haul of them, it would seem you got all these things. I might have been hasty to pass judgment. The more I see you work, the more I see why the guildmaster's so fond of you. I never imagined an adventurer would give me my toughest competition, and I wasn't learned better than that to take every adversary honestly. Seems I'll have to redouble my efforts if I'm to secure my place as the best in the business. Don't you worry about the precious amethysts you brought. I'll see them safe to the guild stores. I look forward to our next contest, adventurer. That's when I'll drive the pickaxe home that I am the better miner. Finally, okay. I just saw it happen on my screen that they're going to do some maintenance on the servers, so we're going to go back to Gridania. And try and get to our spot real quick. Yeah, it's not even crowded over here. That's why I know it's not really. Okay, let's get back to White Mage. I won't even bother about sitting down. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to chat screen so I make sure I log out on time. Just in case, because I don't want to lose any data. And let's see if there's anyone we can raid. I think 14 is going to be down today since they're doing maintenance. But let's see who else is streaming. Now, what we haven't rated Magic Prince John John in ages, so let's go raid through to him. He is playing League of Legends today. So, let's go and hop in. All right, so thank everyone so much for coming in. Tomorrow, probably we're going to be doing more Final Fantasy 14 and seeing how far we can get. Hopefully the maintenance will go through smoothly and we won't have to worry about it. But well, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.